I'm 24 years old and just got over a bad breakup. I had been seeing this 23-year-old woman for 3.5 years and was going to ask her to marry me next year. She began to have questions about her relationship, but she didn't tell me. Instead, she told a man 15 years older than her who was married and had a daughter. Since she worked with him, she saw that as a sign and used it to her benefit. It had been going on for 2 months before a friend made her tell me. It was even worse that she was going to lie about everything until she got back home. She told me afterward that she didn't feel anything anymore. We both work on ships. I didn't try to work things out or end the relationship before something else happened. Instead, I told the guy's wife to confess to me within an hour of her calling. I also told all of our friends, co-workers, and peers what she did because she wanted it to look like I lied and was bad for the company. But people knew me better than that. Many people looked up to us and thought we were the perfect pair, so the news spread like wildfire. She was shunned by everyone in a day. It has been almost a month since it happened, and I'm still shocked because I thought it would be us until the end. I'm getting better faster than I thought I would thanks to a lot of help from family and friends, including some who used to be her friends but now don't hang out with her and prefer to hang out with me. The guy's wife is just waiting for the right amount of proof to come together, and then she will take everything from him. People in the guy's own family say they won't stand for what he did and will disown him if his wife chooses to leave him. They will then take in his wife and daughter as their own. Do I hurt? Without a doubt, it hurt my self-esteem, which I had been trying to improve since I was a child. I also know that this is probably going to make me lose trust. No one, not even me, saw this coming. She was so afraid I would cheat on her that I gave her all of my accounts so she could check them whenever she wanted to fix her trust problems. Do I feel bad that I ruined their lives so much, though? No. To begin with, it was their decisions that led to that. I just stood up and gave them what they deserved. If she ever tries to make things right, will I take her back? I'll be polite. I've already started to fix myself, which includes trying to forgive her. It's not because what she did was okay, but because I deserve to be calm. To answer your question again, I will never, ever take her back. I don't need to worry about what will happen if she cheats on me again for the rest of my life. She's already done it, so what's really keeping her? The funny part starts now that she and he are working on different ships. I let them think about the question. Who will be cheated on first? I forgot to add that she had only known the guy for 3 weeks before they started dating. It hurt at first when I noticed it, but over time, it made me feel better. Now was a good time for it to happen instead of later. That she was open to seeing someone else is a fact. It could have been this married guy or another guy down the line. I saw that having her on my side saved my life. Let's see what people in the neighborhood think. Darth Valtrak tells him, "Guy, you really dodged a bullet. I know you're upset, but think of how lucky you are that you didn't get married. People who have relationships with other people almost always cheat or get divorced. They don't talk to their partner about their relationship problems. Instead, they talk to someone else. In the end, that third party changes the connection. No matter how bad things are getting between people, they are not dealt with, so things keep getting worse. That usually leads to the affair, and then the marriage is over for good. Other people getting involved is always a bad thing, even if they don't cheat. The views of a random third person are added to the ones of 2 people who already said what was and wasn't good. You're not trying to make your partner and the person they're telling feel good. It's almost impossible to make both of them happy. Not Your Typical has the next question. Chad 78. Hey, I'll bring the burgers and s'mores. You were very harsh with her, which was great. I'm glad you caught her before she started telling lies about you. I'm glad you were polite enough to tell the affair partner's hurt wife right away as well. She earned it. There are now good people out there. Don't change what you're doing. Keep getting better for yourself, not them. If you are happy with the best form of yourself, a better woman will want to be in your life for the long term. Even so, Make it clear to any woman you're interested in from the start that you will only get married after signing a prenuptial agreement. This will protect both of you. Yes, she too. We all want to believe we'll never stray, but sometimes the perfect storm makes us a liar. And our weak spot in our resolve shows itself. No need to worry about what the next woman does because of what your ex-girlfriend did. Don't close your eyes or heart, though. Don't let a cheater ruin your desire for love again, or they will win by making you live alone for the rest of your life. Living the best life you can is the best way to get payback over and over again. One more thing before we move on from Cultural Net 9233. When a 30-something wife cheats on her husband with a 20-something woman, her ex will get what's coming to her. She won't really understand how bad he is for his wife and you until something bad happens to her. You should see what's going to happen to Selby. She'll be cheated on in the same way she hurt Vicky Ward, and she deserves it all the more. It works well to act like you met someone else and talk about how in love you are. For those who have hurt you, nothing kills them like that. Make up something that will hurt them. There are no regrets or second chances. I have no words to describe how shot and Freud happy I was when my ex cheated on someone else right after we broke up. Needless to say, he began following me around after that, but I thought God was being funny. He apparently had to have surgery with anesthesia for an impacted tooth, and the girl cheated on him on Tinder, which is a lot like how he cheated on me on POF while I was in the ICU on bed rest after a long oral and maxillofacial surgery. It looks like karma. He also got herpes from a prostitute in Malaysia not long ago. Even good call girls are out of his reach. I also beat him in the PhD quals quan part. What can I say? I'm happy. These days, I eat candy whenever I want. I now have a whole pantry full of sweets, which was my second biggest childhood dream come true. Rue is living the dream by having a drink. Now let's read the next story. In less than 3 weeks, my ex got 2 women pregnant. Hi, I'm new here and I thought I'd try posting. I have to say this. To make a long story short, my ex-fiancé of 5 years cheated on me a lot while we were together, but I always loved him again. After reading a lot of posts here, I know that 5 years isn't a long time, but I did plan to marry this man. I took him back too many times, though, and he became too cocky and used to my laziness. He told me that he has changed and wants me to believe him. Even though I tried, I couldn't stop my actions from becoming harmful, so he left me in a very mean way. But still, it was the beginning of the month. I had been mentally checked out for years, so I thought it would be cool to be free. Since I have a restraining order against him and have been busy the last few weeks, I thought everything would be fine until my next therapy session. I was working with a friend. We both have to send the rest of his stuff because he lives in a different state, and we've been dating long distance for a few years now. Everything was fine, right? No, not really. I made a big mistake. I got a message on Facebook from a girl saying she had to tell me something and I should know it. The girl said he made one of her fat. I thought, him. He doesn't like the headache, though. That is crazy. Because of stress and abuse, he let me lose 2 babies. He doesn't want children. Then she told me, well, I have proof that he did get 2 women pregnant, and she sent me a picture. Sure enough, there was his number. And he told one girl that he slept with her and her friend and that they needed to meet because they're both due within a few months of each other. He also said that he wouldn't leave either kid or mom. The due date for the first one is February, which means he cheated on me for sure. I'm not sure how I feel either. I'm quickly going from being angry to being completely torn apart. I think it helped that I was mentally stable and that we were dating long distance and didn't have the money to visit often. The protection order also helps, but it hurts me a lot. He was so rude to these women too, you know? He always said mean, crazy, and weird things about them. I guess he's seeing one girl and ignoring the other. I'm not sure. I think it hurts because I tried to have a family with him but lost both pregnancies because he was so rude to me. I'm very glad I left before we had a family or a lot of other things that were connected, but it still hurts me a lot that I'm so easily thrown away and forgotten. I'm 24 years old now, but I was 19 when we met. I wasted a lot of important years and dropped out of college because of the stress and depression caused by our relationship. I don't start therapy until the 28th, so I'd value any advice. You want some help? Let us follow the crowd. Away from Locksmith 1 tells him, take a deep breath to clear your mind, and then let out a huge sigh of relief. Thank the world or the God you follow for shielding you from that projectile. Since you don't have a child with that man, you won't have to co-parent with him for almost 20 years. You'll be glad he's not been in your life for 20 years then. The rest of your life doesn't have to be full of baby mama trouble and stepkid duties. You're free. Yes, it's bad that he cheated, but the women who helped him cheat are the ones who need to fix him, not you. Don't look back. Take this result as a gift. You should laugh at the trouble cheater boy is in and move on with your life. Stop him from doing anything, cut off all ties for good, and make happiness your main goal in life. You put this all into such great words for me, the OP replied. Thanks a lot. There are some good points you make, and I will pay attention to them. Thanks for that list of good things to think about. Last but not least, True Entertainment 79 says, leave that toxic nightmare behind you. Take care of yourself. Take some time to think about what you want. Make a plan and get to work on it. Start a new hobby, go back to school, or work for that raise. Do something for yourself. Take this to heart. Get a better detection. Pay more attention to what possible partners do than what they say. 24. You have a lot of time left. Don't think about this DB too much. He never really thought about you the way you think he did. You know that you'll be better off without him. You will be a better person when you realize that you are better off without his jacked up crap. Take some time to process that truth. Someone should give you their time and care. Get better and show that person you'll be ready when they are.